There I am. Being in the Super Bowl 22 halftime show was my first big job ever. And I remember the whole stadium just loving the Rockettes, and I was one of them. My name is Jennifer Jones. I'm the first African American Radio City Music Hall Rockette. You went to go see them?
Yeah, me too.
You did? I wrote a children's book to inspire all of you to follow whatever passions and whatever love you want to do in life. That first day of dance class, I fell all the way in love with dancing. Can girls my color become dancers? I asked my mother that night. My mom's face lit up. Yes, girls your color can be anything they dream of. My parents, by knowing that I love dance, took me to see Broadway shows and showed me that girls like me can do anything that I dream of. For me, becoming a Rockette meant I would be a trailblazer, not only for me, but for other dancers who looked like me. Since the dance company started performing in 1925, there had never been a Black Rockette. I think when there's great change, there can be resistance. There was resistance from people in the organization when I joined. There was resistance from some ladies on the line and folks around the country. But there was a lot of love that I received from around the country. There were people in the organization who did want me there, and some ladies on the line that thought it was about time a woman of color, a Black woman, be able to dance on the line. And you would think that in 1987, against the backdrop of New York City, everything would have been more progressive at the time. But there was still work to be done. When I look at the ladies today on the line, it's a different generation. I think it's more inclusive. I think it's more diverse. And I think there's better representation.
The first time I met Jennifer Jones, we talked about the tights and just trying to get tights that were her skin color and how that was an issue at that time. And what I think is incredible is that from the moment I walked into this building as a Radio City Rockette, I had tights that matched my skin color. I had shoes that matched my skin color. Even the mesh on costumes was a perfect match for me. It started with Jennifer Jones and just that one little seed that was planted. You see the growth from it, and you see dancers of all backgrounds.
Diversity is the fabric, is a strong fabric of which we stand on to be able to show representation for the children that sit in the audience and look at them in awe, and have a diverse and inclusive audience where everyone can feel that excitement and awe of what the Rockettes do.
I'm just eternally grateful for Jennifer taking that first step and putting her foot in the door, and because of her, I'm able to be a representative. I think it's just so important that we continue to honor someone like Jennifer Jones, and day after day, whenever I get the chance to perform, I know that I'm standing on her shoulders, and I know that I'm an extension of her every time I take the stage.
I open doors for women who look like me to be able to dance on the landmark stage of Radio City Music Hall. And I just wanted kids to remember, embrace your individuality, believe in your own potential, and always dream big. What do you like to do, Mary?
I like to do dance.
Yeah? Okay, Mary, keep dancing. Being fit and healthy was part of my daily regime. We are athletes on that stage.
Jennifer Jones was a Radio City Rockette, a dancer on Broadway.
And I'm a stage 3 colorectal cancer survivor. When I was diagnosed at the age of 50, I was shocked. I was told not only do I have cancer, but I have 5 years to live. I always pictured this disease as an old person's disease. And it's a young person's disease, and it's an African American disease more so.
African Americans have about a 20% increased risk of developing colorectal cancer as compared to whites.
Dr. Stephen Lee Kong says African Americans are about 38% more likely to die from colorectal cancer than non-Hispanic whites.
The reason for that is multifactorial, could be related to, in part, access to healthcare, insurance status, trust in the healthcare system, other modifiable risk factors like smoking and obesity.
The recommended age for colorectal cancer screening is now 45 for everyone.
I turned 45 last year, and the first thing I did was get my colonoscopy.
For some people, even speaking about colonoscopy may make them uncomfortable, but health professionals are finding creative ways to make it more accessible and even fun.
And what we have is our mock model of what the colon looks like.
Community events like this one at Cooperman Barnabas help spread the word. Screening saves lives.
The whole idea of doing a colonoscopy is to prevent something that you don't want from ever occurring. This tool is the most powerful one. This represents normal tissue, where you don't find anything on the surface. This represents a simple benign polyp, one that can be easily removed. The benefit here is by taking this out, you're going to prevent something like this, a more malignant polyp from ever developing. We can reduce colorectal cancer by at least 40 to 50% by continuing to advance this.
Dr. Mark Gilder says symptoms of colorectal cancer include
bleeding that you experience or you recognize, a change in bowel habits, abdominal pain, discomfort, fever, weakness, fatigue.
I did have symptoms that my stomach was bothering me. I thought it was maybe irritable bowel syndrome.
Jones had no family history of colorectal cancer and initially hid her diagnosis.
It was very difficult to deal with. And it wasn't until a month later that I sat my family down and I told them I had cancer. My father said, "I can't believe it's you. You were the healthy one." I have been vegetarian for over 30 years now. Vegetables, juicing. I even had my own fitness studio when I was 21, and I still love fitness. I'm active every day.
Jones was deemed cancer-free in 2019.
I post on my social media accounts about the importance of getting screened.
She knew she wanted to share her story.
It's not an easy subject to talk about, but hopefully with me encouraging people to talk about it, they can learn about their family history.
You could do everything right and eat right and exercise and all the things that we know decrease our risk won't eliminate your risk of ever getting colorectal cancer. It just decreases the risk. And so the importance of screening, particularly in patients who don't think they have risk factors, will find cancers and find them early.
I feel like there's a reason for everything in life. Some things we are to know and some things we're not. And if my journey was to have this and to use my platform to speak about this, and if it's God's will, then I'll do it. Come on, Chili.
In West Orange, New Jersey, I'm Lori Burnett, CBS 2 News.